Hello everyone and welcome back to another Summoners War video. And it's time again for another Dimensional Predator. But before we deal with this newly nerfed Dimensional Predator, I just want to say I am so sorry for not having been able to upload any videos in the recent weeks because primarily I had a health issue. I tested positive to COVID-19 last month. So I needed time to recover, and there were also new changes in my life. Like, for example, I do have a new job, so I transferred employment. So there's a little bit of adjustment right now, so it's kind of busy. I need to understand new organizational culture, new processes. So that's why it's been difficult, to squeeze in time for doing Summoners War videos while recovering and also preparing for new work, etc. But nonetheless, we will try to clear this dimensional hole predator today. So for this month, this would be the Lumel Dimensional Predator, and we can see what's the requirement here. There. It's the sum of monster default grade. I think for this, we will need a total of 25, oh, or 20 or lower. And let's see what we can use. Let's go to the strategy section, and we see some free-to-play units. Uh, mm, but I can't seem to find my monsters. Let's check first. Okay, so let's check the rank 1. So let's Verdi Heal, Fran, Lauren, Ken, and Lucian. So that's pretty much straightforward, no? So it's free to play, friendly, and I don't think we need to rerun anything. So let me just find where's my Lauren, and let's also find Ken. So Ken is not in the storage. Mm-hmm. How about Lauren? Lauren is not there too. Can I see it? No. Okay, let's see. Careful, careful. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's Lauren, and then Ken. Okay, so we'll start. So we'll not change Rune. So Verdius is on Rage. Fran is Bio Will. Lucian is Rage. Lauren is BJR5 build. And then Ken is on Despair with 99% crit rate. So hopefully this dimensional predator will be much more easier, because if you remember on the last patch, they nerfed this a bit. So let's see. I think one of the nerfs is to lower the HP of this trash waves. I think they die easily, so I think that's a significant decrease in their max HP or in their stats in general. So I'll just save some of the third skills here. There's no need to rush. So, and at the same time, we'll try to validate whether it's really much easier or not. So here we go. No issues so far. I think anyone should not be able to have a problem there. Now this stage is one of the painful stage in the past, so they also slightly nerfed this. I think the change was that this passive, it used to be the scaling was too high, so it's difficult to kill this second quote unquote brother, for the mini boss whenever it has a lower HP. So it's difficult to kill them at the same time. But this time I think it's relatively, it's not significantly tankier, even if the HP is lower. So let's try to skip it. Uh, okay, we got stunned. Hopefully, there's nothing that can kill. Um, okay, we lower down the health. I will skip the skill too, so that Lucian should probably kill this. Okay, very nice. So we have Rahul here. The Dark Bear Man and Naomi, I don't think there should be an issue here. This should be pretty straightforward, but at this point, I'm just saving as much skills as I can. Not can, but I can, so that by the time we go to the boss stage, we have a decent choice of skills to use. So that's also easy. So as quick as that, we're already at the boss stage. And so there's endless pain. So at this point, you will see how useful will runes are, because endless pain, I think that's the skill that adds limitless continuous damage, and explosion, I don't think there's issue there. So endless pain, as we mentioned, is the one with the continuous damage with no limit, and this one is the issue, I think, in the past. So this passive is the one which will inflict damage to the unit which attacked the boss the 15th time. And there would be 10% increased damage per continuous damage granted on your monster. And if you don't time the immunity well, so your unit can get defense broken and with branding, so we should be careful. Dimension transcendence, so attack immunity to attack bar decreasing and glancing hit, and then also the damage received from attack proportionate to HP is decreased. Okay, so I think the issue is really the beads passive. No? So and then for the minions on the side, so we don't want the left side to increase the boss's attack gauge. Okay, so let's try to attack break. No attack break, and we'll go for an immunity. So I'll probably skip attacking the boss first. Uh, yep. So because I want the branding to be there, except that the boss stole the immunity, so I'll skip this a bit. So I'll avoid hitting the boss first because I don't know how strong he is as far as uh, the nerf is concerned. I don't know if he's still strong or not anymore. And without protection from the uh, immunity, or without any offensive way of dealing a huge damage with the immunity up. So let's just take some few more turns not to hit the boss. So a little bit of patience. Okay, I skipped the immunity, but hmm, I think that was the wrong move. So from that point, I should have used Fran's S3. So anyway, I hope we don't die here. So let's go for branding. And then since there's no beneficial effect, so I'll skip Ken's skill 2. So, and let's try for uh, Solutions Amputation Magic is not that good. So I think Ken is the better unit here because he will deal damage later on with this S3. So apparently Lucian is not really that good. So I don't think you will need Lucian here. So perhaps if you will have trouble using this team later on, you can look for a substitute for Lucian that will increase your team survivability. But for now, I think it's working, So Ken has an AoE skill too. So in the mini boss, that should be enough, considering we saw how easy it is. Now for this one, I'm just being careful not to hit the boss too much because I need to time my skills on him to deal the maximum damage. At the same time, uh, I need to be protected with immunity. So let's try if can skill 3 can kill. So I think it will kill, but based on the passive, that passive will still hit even if the boss dies with this hit. So it's 12 plus 3, this would be 15 hits. So there you go, he will glance. Okay. So one good thing to note here is that since the boss is wind, even if it is immune from glancing debuff, it does still glance on fire units. So Ken or Bernadotte should be uh, helpful, for anyone to clear this stage. So as you can see there, Lucian Amputation Magic was also effective enough to kill the summoned souls. It used to be much more difficult to do that, so we can see a significant nerf there. So let's just cleanse Fran, and I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm not able to damage the boss. Oh, because of, let's see, Dimensional Transcendence, Soul Clone, One Choice Eye. It's the same. No, it's not the same. So we need to hit the boss 10 times before it is able to receive a damage. So that means we have just five difference, before he revenges. So timing here is very crucial. So that's a good timing on the uh, immunity. Now I need a defense break from Lauren. So let's keep hitting the boss first. So let's go for the minion and hmm, uh, let's heal first. Be patient, be patient. Patience is a virtue, so there's no need to rush. Okay, even the boss's damage, it's not that high. So let's go for a defense break. Okay, we have uh, attack buff, so we can hit the boss. And let's see if this can kill. Now, if this can kill, not yet. So there's another revenge, but as you can see, since Ken is fire, so the boss is glancing him. Let's see if Lucian can kill, not yet. Okay, so let's heal first, and I think this should kill the boss. Okay, okay, can we amputation magic? Oh, almost, they're almost dead. So I think they also nerfed this because it used to be much more difficult than this, if I remember correctly. So right now, that's just uh, 3-4 hits, and we're back to the last stage. Okay, so for the last stage, this is where Curse of the Rage becomes activated. So basically, the one with the timer will have 2 times damage. So for this case, it's Ken. So we need attack buff. Okay, great. So we have. That was lucky. So I'll do the skill tree of Ken here because that should be dealing a lot of damage with a times 2 multiplier. Okay, and since Ken will be dead after this turn, so I think we should use the skill to deal much more damage. Alright, and then let's see. Verdi Heal is next. Oh, I think this is easy. We did not even need the Verdi Heal. Okay, so I think many players will be delighted with this new Dimensional Predator. It would really be much easier to clear now, and it's one of the best source of your legendary runes. So these are the runes for this rotation. I think we do have 3 candidates here. The Vampire Rune, that's one of the better ones. I think the Destroyer Rune is also good. And of course the Will Rune. So for the Destroyer Rune, probably I would rank it as the third one. It makes sense. I mean the substats and the main stat makes sense. It has crit rate, a high roll on both crit rate and attack, and then you have speed and defense. So even if it rolls defense or any of this substat for that matter, it will still be useful for things like or monsters like Camilla or the Wind Monkey King. You know? So, but I think apart from the Destroy rune, or at least far more useful would be the Vampire runes and the Will runes. So for the vampire rune, this would be a perfect Leo rune. Now, although you don't want that much speed on Leo, but other Dragonites would also find this useful. So it could be used for Ragdoll, if you have a Ragdoll. It could be used for Laika, I guess, as well as Jaeger. Maybe for it's best for the Dragon Knights and some bruisers, except for Chow. No, so Chow doesn't need the vampire rune. So for now, I don't think I need this. It will also be good for things like probably Trevor or I don't know, Rakan maybe. Uh, what else? I can't think of any other. So I guess I'll stick with the Will Rune. So the Will Rune, probably the only dead stat here is the defense because Will Rune's attack slot 2, you probably would want to use this on your Lucian, no, or any damage dealer for that matter. So yeah, and then let's see if we get a good grind and gem. So we did get something. So let's look at the okay. The middle one is speed. That's not bad. Let's see the legend. Oh, it's HP. Not so bad, but not so good. And for the Will Rune, mm-hmm. Ah, such a downer. I thought that would be HP or speed. Okay, so that's it. I think this is pretty much straightforward. You will not need any guides in the future anymore. These are very easy content now, and let's just see whether we will get a good roll on this ancient runes. So let's summon back that dancing teddy bear and uh, Devilmon. No? So let's power up to 12. I hope it rolls crit damage and crit rate. No, mostly because I don't think I need the speed for this room in a sense that it's a slot 2 attack. So if I need the speed, then probably I should be putting in a slot 2 speed rune. So speed is secondary for this rune. So I want the critical rate and the critical damage. Of course, as I was saying a while ago, the defense is pretty much a dead stat here because most of your damage dealer, which will use slot 2 attack, would have a very low base defense as a stat. So even if you have a high roll on the uh, defense, that will not give too much value for them. And then it will not be good for something like Kaki as well, who scale both of HP and defense because you will have two other dead stats, no? The crit rate and the critical damage for Kaki. So I hope we dodge the defense. It's much better if we can gem it out for an HP or accuracy on that slot. But the best case scenario is you have triple or quadruple roll on the crit damage. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Let's see. Tandaran. So where do we start? So let's start from the top. So do we have any crit damage roll? Tandaran. No, we don't have. And I think that is that a roll on defense? I cannot ascertain. So slowly, let's check. Is that a roll? Yeah, I think that's a roll on defense. That's 18 defense. I just hope that was just one roll. No, I think that's just one roll. Okay, and then 16 crit rate and 11 speed. So I think this is not so bad, but it's also not the best uh the best outcome. No? So hmm so one roll on the defense. I think that's a higher roll on the defense, and then two 5 rolls on the crit rate and another 5 on the speed. Okay, so I think this is pretty much it. Uh, Good luck on your Dimensional Predator, everyone. So I think it's very easy now. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Rest assured, I'm recovering well. So hopefully there would be much more videos in the coming days or weeks. And I'll see you in the next one. So bye.